Hi, this is Supreet here. In today's video, we'll be talking about a very important activity that we should be doing very frequently and on a regular basis. That's called visualization. So, before I get started on visualization, I just wanted to give a brief backdrop. So, why is visualization important? The reason why visualization is important is to get away from thinking and creating from the past to moving towards or shifting towards remembering the future and creating from there, right? Like I mentioned earlier, and I think if you read any book on self-development or personality development, you would realize that a vast majority of the people in the world today are living in the past, right? So all our decisions from the time we wake up in the morning till the time we go to sleep are based on our past experiences. And so if you keep creating, if you keep thinking from your past experiences, you're not going to be doing anything new, right? So, and hence there's not going to be any new result that's going to come. So whether it's trying to build a business, whether it's trying to make more money, whether it is trying to do trading, you need to try out new things. You need to be able to discover or invent your own processes. That cannot happen if you're living in the past. And hence, in accordance with the laws of nature, it's important that you try to remember the future. And this term, remembering the future, is used quite extensively in law of attraction, in the law of manifestation. And what exactly is remembering the future? So remembering the future is kind of trying to visualize that you already have achieved what you want to achieve. Like say if you have set a goal for yourself, saying that you have built a successful business or you're planning to build a successful business which is going to do XYZ revenue in a year, which is going to have X number of employees, it's going to have an office somewhere in the business district, and so on and so forth. So you assume that you have already achieved that and you kind of visualize that, right? There are many ways to visualize, but there are a few ways to do it rightly. If you visualize correctly, nothing can stop you from achieving it because you feel super motivated internally and your subconscious kind of starts priming your brain to kind of operate in ways that will get you there, right? So the struggle with visualization is people's minds are too agitated, or there is no alignment between the heart and the mind. And when they achieve the alignment between heart and mind, that is, they feel and think the same thing, then they are struggling with this hyperactive brain because of the things that they have gone through during the day, right? So even while they're trying to go to sleep, because of the social media influences, because of the television that they're seeing, because of the noise around, right? They're not able to visualize. And this is a struggle. This is something which I have experienced personally as well. So in addition to calming yourself down, there are some exercises that you need to do which would help you visualize better, right? The struggle with visualization can be reduced if you practice your visualization muscle, right? So if you exercise that muscle more, the better you would get at visualization, and it will become easier for you to kind of remember the future and start creating from there, in fact working backwards rather than trying to create from the past. Hope this makes sense. So with this we'll do a small visualization exercise which would probably take a couple of minutes, and then we will close by talking about how to visualize correctly. Right? So typically, to visualize, you would close your eyes. That's not to say that you can't visualize with keeping your eyes open. So if you close your eyes, you at least don't have any visual distractions. So close your eyes, and typically I would count down from 20 to 1, but for the sake of this video I would be counting down from 10 to 1, and start at a higher pitch and try to go lower and lower, modulate your voice, like start like 10, 9, 8. So as you notice, the amplitude or the pitch of my voice is going down. So by the time it reaches 1, it's just 1. Right? You also control your breath. So you take a deep breath when you start at 10. 10, 9, 8, 7. I hope you got the point. Right? So keep your eyes closed throughout this exercise. And then once you reach 1, you can think of various scenarios, the things that are very clear, very comfortable to you. Right? Don't try hard things at this point. So for me, the easiest thing to imagine is I'm in a very peaceful location amongst the mountains. My favorite mountains are Himalayas, so I would imagine, the foothills of Himalayas, which are green, but I also see snow-covered hills in the distance, the green meadows below, and there is a stream which is having very clear water. It's flowing down those foothills, and I can hear that nice beautiful voice of water stream flowing down. There are small stones in the stream, so that's actually causing that nice peaceful sound of water rushing down. There are small trees nearby, and the birds sitting on those trees and chirping in very soft voices, and it's calming you down further. All the tension in your head, in your neck, in your shoulders, in your hips, in your legs, in your calves, in your ankles is just flowing away. Right? So I hope you got the point here. You just need to visualize for a minute or two and do this for various scenarios. The other scenario which I typically do is imagine that you are under the ocean or under the sea. It's blue turquoise water, and it's very clear. You can see the fishes and the reef below, right? And you are in fact swimming like a fish would do amongst the reef, and there's small fishes of different colors, fishes in blue, fishes in yellow, fishes of green, brown, striped fishes of various sizes, and you're just loving to see them go and pick up things from the reef. And as you swim along, you see a few turtles coming slowly towards you, and you turn around and you see a natural tunnel. You pass through the same, you come up, and you see bright light towards the surface of the ocean, and then you come out. Right? So I hope you got the point. The idea is to pick up a scenario, pick up places that you love on this earth, right? Earth is abundant. It's got the most beautiful places you can ever imagine, and you can do this for anything. It could be even for a lake near your house, or it could be even just describing a tree besides your house, right? Try to pick something natural so it calms you down, and describe it to yourself and kind of visualize it along the way, right? And do these practices for about a week or two, depends on how comfortable you get with this. And once you are super comfortable with this, try to do the visualizations that I would recommend you to do at night. That would be actually remembering your future, right? So like I mentioned, if you have a goal that you want to build a very successful business with X number of people, Y amount of revenue, and Z amount of products that you're selling, and you're present in 3 countries, and so on and so forth. So write that down, write the script down, right? Write what you want to see in your business. This is basically your goal sheet, right? Try to get quite specific without mentioning any timelines, right? Because once you mention timelines, you're kind of attaching yourself to that particular goal. We'll be talking more about this. So try to keep away from timelines, but tell exactly what would be the properties of your business. How would you connect with your employees? What would be the culture of your office? Whether people will be happy coming down there, or it's a very serious working environment. There's nothing right or wrong there. So visualize exactly how your company would look like, and what would the definition of success mean to you there with respect to that goal. Write down the script, and daily before going to sleep, close your eyes, do the same exercise, a countdown starting usually from 20 to 1. Relax the whole of your body from your head to your toe, and then go about, you can either mentally think about it, or if you're sleeping alone, you can probably even loudly speak and visualize how you have achieved a goal, what are your feelings at the time. So the most important thing here is not just visualizing or imagining something, but also what are the feelings that come along with it, right? What are the positive emotions that come along with it, whether you're excited, whether you're feeling filled with gratitude, right? And we will talk about these feelings in another video, but the feeling is a key here. So get that feeling and emotion out. So when you're writing the script for your goal, get those feelings out as well. Like, how will you feel if you do Y amount of revenue on your business, right? What does that mean to you, right? Well, whether you'll be excited, whether you'll be happy, whether what's that feeling that you'll go through, right? And write that down, and when you're visualizing, feel the feeling. So it's a 3D experience. It's not something 2-dimensional, right? It's not just an image that you're thinking about, it's also what you're feeling, right? And try to bring in as many elements as possible of emotions, right? It could also be that you have a certain kind of perfume in your office, you have a certain kind of water or juice or drink that you drink in office, and how would that feel when you're having it. So that would make it as realistic as possible. And like we had discussed earlier, your brain cannot distinguish between thinking and remembering an event versus actually living it in reality. So you know what this means. That means if you're able to visualize and feel the feelings, you are going to get there in physical reality sooner or later. So with this, I conclude this video, and the activity naturally in this video is for you to visualize for the next couple of weeks at least. Practice your visualization muscle, and then start writing the script for your goal. Thanks. Have a good day.